What if the key to true peace isn't about adding more, but about letting go? Imagine your mind is a heavy backpack you carry every single day, stuffed with endless thoughts, worries, and distractions. It's exhausting, right? Our story today is about someone just like that, trapped in a mental storm, feeling overwhelmed and restless. But what if there's a way to silence the noise and find a deep, lasting calm? This story begins with that very question, and I invite you to join this journey to discover the secret to inner peace. The mind of our protagonist was a whirlwind. Thoughts swirled around like leaves caught in a fierce storm. Old, painful memories of the past played on a loop, while fears about the future cast long, dark shadows of doubt and anxiety. Every single moment felt crowded. Phones buzzed, to-do lists grew longer, and the pressure to keep up was constant and suffocating. Even when things were quiet on the outside, the mind refused to rest. It would jump from one worry to another, like a restless bird trapped in a cage, never finding a moment of stillness. This constant mental chaos was more than just noise. It was a barrier blocking out clarity, blocking out happiness, and blocking out the ability to simply live in the present moment. Emotionally drained and completely overwhelmed, our protagonist struggled to find any sense of focus or peace. Simple, everyday tasks felt like climbing a mountain. Joy seemed like a distant memory, something other people experienced. But deep down, buried beneath all the noise, a tiny flicker of hope remained, a belief that peace was possible, that there had to be a better way to live. One day, feeling completely lost in the chaos of their restless mind, our protagonist met a wise mentor, someone known for bringing calm to troubled souls. The mentor didn't offer any quick fixes or complicated advice. Instead, he presented a simple yet surprisingly challenging task: to carry a glass of water filled right to the very brim across a busy courtyard without spilling a single drop. This wasn't just a test of balance. It was a profound lesson in focus and presence. Intrigued and with a glimmer of hope, our protagonist accepted the challenge, sensing that this small, simple act might be the key to unlocking the peace they had been desperately searching for. With a glass of water held carefully in both hands, the journey began. Every single step required intense, unwavering focus. The slightest tremor, the smallest distraction could cause the water to spill. The world around them, which they usually barely noticed, suddenly became a minefield of potential disturbances. Loud voices echoed from across the courtyard, bustling crowds pushed past, and sudden noises threatened to shatter their concentration. Their mind, so accustomed to racing with 1,000 thoughts a minute, rebelled fiercely against this new demand for stillness. Doubts started to creep in, whispering insidiously. What if I fail? What if I spill the water? Everyone will see. Each distraction felt like a deliberate test, pulling their attention away from the fragile balance they struggled to maintain. It was a battle. A battle against the external world, but more importantly, a battle against the internal resistance. Despite the chaos inside and out, the protagonist forced their gaze to remain fixed on the smooth, glassy surface of the water, consciously blocking out everything else. Step by careful step, they moved forward, fighting the powerful urge to look around, to react, to give in to the rising anxiety. The task was so much harder than it looked, but with every moment of sustained focus, a small, quiet space began to open up within them. The restless storm in their minds started to quiet down, replaced by a growing sense of presence and control. This simple act was teaching a profound lesson about the power of mindful attention. As the protagonist finally reached the other side, placing the glass down without having spilled a single drop, a powerful realization washed over them. It was like a light turning on in a dark room. Before, their mind had been a storm, chaotic, restless, and completely overwhelmed by worries about the past and anxieties about the future. But in those few minutes, fully focused on the glass of water, all of that noise had faded away. The endless chatter, the nagging fears, the constant planning, it all disappeared. For the first time in as long as they could remember, their mind was empty, empty of distractions, empty of clutter. It was calm, clear, and perfectly still. This was the secret the mentor wanted to teach. True peace and power don't come from trying to control the chaotic world around us. They come from mastering the present moment. By anchoring our attention to a single point, whether it's a glass of water, our breath, or the feeling of our feet on the ground, we can quiet the storm inside. The restless thoughts that once seemed so powerful and overwhelming lose their grip. This newfound clarity wasn't just about finishing the task. It was a metaphor for life itself. When we learn to empty our minds of all the unnecessary clutter and live fully in the now, fear, confusion, and anxiety begin to dissolve. The transformation was incredible, from chaos to calm, from feeling overwhelmed to being in control, from constant distraction to deep, profound presence. This simple insight was the key to unlocking lasting peace and a powerful sense of personal strength. After embracing this lesson, the protagonist's life began to transform in ways they had never imagined. Their mind, once a source of constant stress and restlessness, became a sanctuary of calm and clarity. They learned to bring that same level of focus from the water glass task into their daily life. Tasks at work that once felt overwhelming were now approached with a calm, focused confidence. Conversations became more meaningful because they were fully present, truly listening instead of planning what to say next. Happiness was no longer something to be chased. It grew naturally from within, independent of external circumstances. This simple practice of emptying the mind, of choosing to be present, brought a lasting peace and an unshakable inner strength. They realized that their greatest power was the ability to choose where to place their attention. This story shows us that we all have the ability to find this peace. It's not a secret reserved for a chosen few. It's a skill that can be cultivated. You don't need a wise mentor or a special glass of water. You can start right now. Just take a moment. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Notice the feeling of the air entering your body and the feeling of it leaving. When your mind wanders, and it will gently guide it back to your breath. That's it. That's the practice. Every time you do this, you are strengthening your ability to be present, to empty your mind of the noise, and to find the calm that is always waiting for you beneath the surface. If you found this story inspiring and it resonated with you, please show your support by hitting the like button, sharing it with someone who might need to hear this message, and leaving a comment below with your own experiences with finding peace. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more powerful stories and insights that can help change your life. Your journey to inner peace starts right now. Thank you for watching.